everyone, thank you for watching the video. As you can see, this is my deadlift training from August 26th of 2020. My second to last deadlift workout, but in technicality, my actual last full deadlift workout before the USPA drug testing nationals, the weekend of September 4th to the 7th in Columbus, Ohio. Now, this particular workout was technically the reset as far as with intensity. But we wanted to up it up a notch as far as volume. I did hit my numbers as far as what I needed to hit for my pauses with this weight, but I wanted to go for volume in this specific workout. The objective was to go for a set of 7 and a set of 6. I did get a set of 7. However, the speed was not anywhere near what I was looking for. Looking back at the footage, I did have some foot placement issues on the third and fourth rep, but I was able to adjust mid-set. However, that needs to be cleaned up, and it has to be adjusted accordingly, so we can have a smoother transition from rep to rep to make it, just a really solid overall set. As far as the second set, I went for the 6. That was my goal. I did get 5. Once I got up halfway on the 6th rep, I did let it go. I was literally I felt like I was going to pass out. So I'm not really used to doing this much volume condensed into between 2 sets. So for me, this is an adjustment, especially with this much volume at this intensity. I'm used to working in the 525 range for sets of 5 and up as far as volume related. So really just hitting it home when it comes to the volume, when it comes to using this weight. So this is, my body's definitely broke new grounds as far as adapting to this kind of stress. But I'm definitely going to have to give my body some time to get acclimated in the future. Now, one thing I definitely want to say, looking back at this preparation, even though it was only 8 weeks, on paper it seemed rather short, but overall it actually felt longer than it actually was. I think that the biggest takeaway from this specific short meet prep was just really honing in on adjusting for my variations and just taking that into account as far as with my body. Not hitting those too hard where it's kind of sacrificing my central nervous system or putting myself in a longer period of time of having fatigue and not being fully energized. That's definitely a plus. That is something that I definitely took away from my last meet prep. But actually, I think that one of the things that I have to hold myself personally accountable is I kind of got a little lackadaisical when it came to the diet. I feel like it's been a little more inconsistent, and based on the numbers that I'm looking at, my weight has gone on a trajectory on a upscale. It's not really been maintaining. So I just do that. That's due to just sheer accountability on my part. I do have a week and a half left, so that's something I definitely want to make sure that I hit home with. So it doesn't have any bad carryover when it comes to my performance. Now, the reason why it may seem like it's not a major difference being 176 pounds and 179 pounds. Believe it or not, it actually is, because the thing is you have to take into account your belt placement and as well as your proportions. To some, 2 pounds might make not any difference at all, but when it comes to your technique, especially in the starting position for your deadlift, 2 pounds can make or break as far as for speed off the floor and equality in a rep. So this is something that's been something that's always been a factor for me as far as my performance. Like I've always said, that based on my personal trajectory when it comes to my strength training, anytime I gained weight or I was heavier, my deadlift suffered significantly. Again, I just didn't feel like I was in an optimal position being at a higher weight. Obviously, having the energy as far as strength-wise is there, but it doesn't really carry over when it comes to my technique. Now, when I'm actually at a lighter weight, I feel like I can get a better position. I feel like I'm being more explosive off the floor, and thus, being able to carry the bar through with my hips and be able to lift at a higher acceleration. So for me, that's something that I definitely want to keep in mind these last 9 days, 9 or so days, if you will, before I weigh in. So I will definitely be making sure that I'm on my P's and Q's when it comes to that. I don't think a week and a half will make a big difference, but I'm going to do everything I can to make sure I adjust accordingly, so that way it does play some kind of factor with the consistency from now all the way up until then. So overall, I think that it doesn't really seem like it's a positive to end on this note when it comes to this short meet prep. However, the week of the competition, I'm definitely going to take into account what I did last time and make sure that my body's optimally ready, central nervous system wise, and just overall energy wise. I was definitely drained after doing that kind of volume, so that's going to definitely take a whole toll on my body for the remainder of the week. So I will be mindful of that. But yeah, just taking things light all the way up to the day of the competition. I will be traveling on Wednesday, so for me, I actually have to move my deadlift day up. That is okay, because with the variations and accessories I'm doing, I will be keeping them significantly light, so it doesn't impact that particular day. I will only be going up to a moderate double, ideally something around where I would be my last warm-up for the competition, right before I go into my opening attempt. So I'll be taking that for a double, and we will see where the chips fall. So I now that, with this particular workout, I definitely have an idea as far as what the number I'm going to be going for. I think that it might actually put a hindrance on being able to break both the re-break both the IPL world record and the American drug tested record simultaneously. So it seems like it's either a give and take, or I can either go for the number that I feel that I'm definitely prepared for performance-wise in a short period of time, or I can just go for broke and shoot for something that I see that potentially might be a little bit of a reach, but at the same time the reward would be to re-break both of those records at the same time again. So it's definitely a give and take, and I'm going to definitely analyze in the days to come. But overall, I think that I definitely could have done better when it came to accountability on my diet, and maintaining at that lower weight, and then just keeping it to the fatigue at a minimum over a period of time, and using my variations accordingly with my accessories. So that's where I'm at right now. My next footage will definitely be on Tuesday before I leave. Yeah, so pretty much all the work is done. We will see where the chips fall. Like I said, I have an idea of what I'm going to be shooting for. Again, it might be impacting only able to re-break one record, but at the same time, it's definitely going to be still an all-time PR for me. Or I can go for broke and shoot for something that I feel is a little bit questionable. However, like I said, the reward is re-breaking both of those records simultaneously. So it's a risk versus reward. Definitely will analyze that coming in the coming days. So I want to thank everybody for the support. I really do appreciate it. My training, I think, is going to probably most likely be changing up a little bit after this competition. I will definitely go more in detail with that down the road. So I'm probably going to be adding a little bit more cardio in, as well as probably adding in high caloric intake. So I'll probably be going up in body weight. I definitely want to probably focus on my squat and bench. I have some goals that I wanted to kind of like try to tackle and work on. So definitely we'll see how that plays a factor into my training. Obviously, like I said, that's going to definitely affect my position when it comes to my starting point for my deadlift. But actually, at the same time, I'm also considering doing a cycle or two of beltless work as well. So this might be the perfect opportunity, since my weight will be going up, and that would be affecting my leverages. So that's probably something I'll take into consideration. But again, that's more to come on that, and keep all that in mind for the future. So thank you guys for watching the video, and take care.